Hey y'all, hey, we're back with Dishin It With D, another episode. And this time we're going to be talking about, as you saw in the thumbnail, is reality TV good for marriages or relationships? It appears that another one has bitten the dust. The latest one is Monique and Chris Samuels, formerly of The Real Housewives of Potomac, and then went on to do one season of Love and Marriage DC. If you watched either one of those, their latest one, like I say, was Love and Marriage DC, where they didn't sign up for a second season, which is playing out right now, I believe. And if you watched that season, you knew that there was things that wasn't copacetic with the relationship, you know? So I can understand why they didn't sign up for a second season, because if they didn't want that divorce to be played out, you know, on the TV. But anyways, it's so many couples that have gone on these reality TV shows, and just the Bravo Real Housewife chain alone has suffered tremendously in terms of relationships. They go in married. I don't know whether they went in on the shows happily married or not, but at least they went on these shows married, and they basically have ended up in a divorce. I mean, across Orange County, Real Housewives of New Jersey, New York, Beverly Hills, Potomac, Atlanta. It's just been, I mean, it's so many failed marriages and relationships once they were on the shows for a while. I don't know what happens when people get on these shows, and, you know, I don't know whether the instant success of having all these, you know, people at your disposal, you know, that's with social media, getting into your DMs and things like that, you know, people don't know how to handle it. Like, you know, yeah, I thought I was good with my wife or my, you know, husband or my significant other partner, but man, you know, now I've got these people, you know, coming at me through all these different avenues because I'm, you know, now somewhat of a star, you know. So people, I don't know, I guess that's what it is. I don't know what it is, but the marriages are just not lasting. But then it also brings us to a larger question, because I was reading the other day in terms of just marriages in general. You know, divorce rate is now like 60%. Used to be at 50. You know, you had a 50-50 chance of, if you go get married, that you may survive. Now it's 60%, you know, of marriages are failing. And that's scary, you know. But anyways, so back to Chris and Monique. You know, Monique, she's, you know, decided to file for a divorce. She basically, you know, kind of out here living her best life and finding her inner peace, which you should when you're going through something like, you know, as serious as a divorce. And, but Chris is out here, he in the gym, he hitting it. I'm telling you, he is hitting it, and he's hitting it hard. He, you know, when he was on the, you know, reality TV show, he was on a little bit on the, you know, chubby, the heavy side. And now he's trying to get back. He's out there somebody's trying to give him another contract to play football. He is in the gym, working it out. You know, he has slimmed down, toned down, and he is just hitting it. I don't know whether this is a, you know, ploy for him to like get himself together fine and looking good, you know, so that, you know, maybe, you know, Monique will have a change of heart and take him back, or if he's saying, I'm done with it, F it. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with it. I'm getting back to my true, authentic self, my pro football day weight, you know, and, you know, maybe respond to a few of the DMs that's in there and see what's next for me. I don't know. But nonetheless, another one bit the dust, okay? This is just on the heels of Eva Marcel, you know, deciding to divorce Michael Sterling. It's just, like I say, it seems like it's contagious. But whatever it is, I don't want to have no parts of it, because I don't want it entering in my home. But anywho, yeah, but like I say, it just brings up a larger question is, you know, are people putting in the work for marriages, or is it easy enough to say, hey, when things don't go right, I'm just out of here. I'm done with it, you know. And then also I was thinking about something else when, like I say, when I heard about the rate of divorces has gone up 60%. And I was like, oh my goodness. And this has been post-COVID. And so then I started thinking about, you know, was COVID kind of a driver to some of this? Because think about it. When COVID hit, right, 2020, March, I remember getting the notification from my job and they was like, you know, don't come in, working from home from this point forward. You know what I'm saying? And my husband and I, we work for the same company. So we work, you know, we both got the email. We was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Nobody knew what was going on. So think about it. You know, most of the people, you know, that was at least in corporate America and things like that, and teachers and all that, most people work from home because they had the remote opportunity. Of course, you know, there were people that were, you know, frontline, you know, thank you for, you know, the frontline workers, you know, nurses, people in the hospital and things like that, and the people that continue to make our, you know, economy grow and whatnot. Big shout out to them for that. They had to go in and be on the front line, and, you know, and I know we lost a lot of lives behind that. But a lot of people work from home. The children had to be schooled at home. So that means that your household really turned into something different, right? Something different, something that we never experienced before. Because most households now, the female and the male goes out and work, okay? Or even if it's just one working, that, you know, you're not around each other all the time, right? You're basically spend very little time, when you think about it, with your significant other, partner, spouse, or what have you. You go to work, you're apart for 8-9 hours, you know, because, you know, and then you come home. If you have kids, you have to, you know, work with them with homework and make sure everything is aligned, make sure that they are ready for the next day to rinse and repeat this thing over again. And you think about all those things and it's like, oh my goodness, you know, you're preparing dinner, you're getting clothes out for the next day, whatever, you know, you're all of that stuff, all those chores that you have to do when you come home. And then you're so darn tired, right? You get your bath, whatever. You may have kick it with your spouse, you know, maybe an hour or whatever if you want to get that in. But it's very minimum, right? The time you spend with each other. And this 5 days a week. Rinse and repeat, same thing, Monday through Friday. Then come the weekend, you're trying to clean the house, do laundry, you know, and if you go to church on Sunday, that's that, you know, you may get to go out to dinner or whatever, somewhere in between there. But the time that you actually spend with your spouse is not as, or a significant other, it's not as much as we really think. But COVID changed that. You spent 24 hours with these people, 24 hours with your kids, right? With your husband. You know, you can't divorce your kids, you know, but this, you know, that's a lot of time. And people started thinking probably like, I don't like you that much. I really don't like you that much. And I think that kind of, you know, spearheaded and transcended into a lot of these people deciding post-COVID to divorce, because they're like, I spent almost 3 years locked in a house with someone that I thought that I was in love with, or that was my best friend. I don't necessarily love him. I found out I didn't even like him, or I didn't like her. So I think a lot of that may have taken place, and now we're seeing the effects of that, and people are saying, I don't have to deal with this. Life is too short. I'm not whatever time, because who knows when the next pandemic or the next whatever is going to happen, apocalypse or anything, whatever, we don't know. And people say, heck with it. I'm living my best life. I don't have time. I found out I didn't necessarily even love you or like you, so I'm out of here. So I think that has a lot to do probably with this increase in divorce rate. I want you all to tell me about it, because I want to have some conversation about this, because it is mind-boggling to me that the rate, it has soared so high, divorce rates. And then also, like I say, with, you know, with the reality TV stars, it's, I mean, really the success rate is just not good at all. And I always wonder then, with people knowing that, why do they sign up for this? Like the new people, like there's a new Love and Marriage Detroit that's coming in. First thing out on that one, there's a couple there that's already in marriage trouble. They're already having difficulty already. Why would you sign up for something that you know your relationship is not on a solid foundation, given the history of all of these shows that have come before you? Now, you can't even say like some of the OGs of the reality stars, TV shows, but you have had enough history to see that you got to have a really, really strong relationship to go on one of these shows and make it to the end. Okay, so I don't know, but that's all I got for you right now. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions about it. Please comment on this video, and also don't forget to like, share it as well, subscribe, and then hit the notification button so that you can actually see when we drop something else. But that's all I got right now. The dish is served. I want you to snack on it. Comment in the comment section. Until the next time.